Hi everyone. I'm coming to you today in a slightly different format than normal after a suggestion from a friend of mine. She seems to think that people don't want to read, they just want to be visually stimulated and in short periods of time. This is a concept that I completely connect with, so I'm really excited to try this out. If this is something that works well, I'm happy to make the investment in the right mic and lighting so that this information is crystal clear for you. If you have a specific comment about this or opinion, I'd love for you to pop on over to my blog and leave me some feedback. Let me know if you love the video blog or if you hate it, or also feel free to ask me a question or ask me to address something else that's bothering you in a future blog post. So today I want to talk about something that I get emails about all the time, and it's about waking up in the morning in pain. Quite often I will get an email and they'll say something similar to, I woke up the other day and I had this crazy pain in my neck and it kind of dissipated throughout the day, but it was still there, like underlying, and then I went to bed that night and the next morning I woke up and I had the same pain. I don't know what I did, I don't know how to fix it, please help. So when I get one of these emails, it's a red flag for me that there's a misalignment in their body. If you're waking up in pain, something is not right in your alignment. The way your body works in terms of alignment is pretty simple. So your bones are going to stack up in a certain way, and your muscles are going to support those bones. So if certain muscles are shortened or restricted or tight, or more engaged actually, and other muscles are long, overstretched, or weak, they're not going to support your body in a way that's optimal, and they're actually going to pull the bones out of alignment. This seems really crazy, but it's so common and it's also really easy to fix. So what I'm going to do is give you 3 specific examples. These are things that come up the most often in my practice. But by all means, if I don't cover something that you are specifically struggling with or having restriction with, I'd love for you to send me an email so that we can get you in for a session and figure out what it is in your daily life that's giving you this pain and figure out how to get you out of that pain. So the first example that I want to talk about is when somebody comes in and they have pain on one side. They'll say, oh, I have this pain on my right side and I didn't do anything different than normal yesterday and it just really hurts. So I'll ask them about their desk at work and they'll describe where everything is, and I'll say, so is your monitor in front of you or to the side of you? And they'll say, oh, you know what, my monitor is over here, so that's probably what's giving me my problem because I feel it when I turn this way. And I say, you're right. So if you think about it, if you're constantly turning this way or staying here for a long period of time, you see on me, the right side of my back is working and the left side is not. It's actually stretching. There's other stuff going on in the front, but for now, let's just focus on the back so it's easier to understand. So the right side of my back is working because I'm constantly turning this way to look at my monitor or to answer my phone or to talk to my neighbor, whatever. So as a body worker, when I'm taking measurements, I'll see somebody's spine, and then on either side, so this person was right side, so the right side of their muscles on the side of their spine is going to kind of come out at me, and the left side is just going to be there, just there. And in certain cases, when the right side is really engaged, it'll start to rotate the vertebrae, you know, and make it a little bit more noticeable. Again, this is not crazy, but it's very common and it's really easy to fix. The key is just to catch things, you know, sooner than later so that it doesn't affect as much in the rest of your body. Because whenever something's going on in your spine, it affects everything above and everything below. So the less time it's in your body, the better. So my suggestion for these people with their monitor over here and their knees facing this way is to, 1, put your monitor in front of your face. You know, that's a pretty simple solution. If your desk has restrictions where you can't do that, then turn your body in a way so that your monitor is in front of your face. So turn your body to your monitor. So that way your body is working for you instead of against you. The second example that I want to talk about is low back pain. So low back pain is something that I myself struggle with, used to struggle with. Now I understand how to support my body. So if I were to stand in my regular posture, this is how I would be. So my pelvis is anterior, it's forward, and my knees are locked. So if I engage transverse abdominis, which is a deep abdominal muscle, and I soften my knees, I'm going to bring my body into optimal alignment just by engaging a muscle. So that way, my midsection is supported, my low back is supported, and my pelvis is in optimal alignment. So if this is something that you feel like is an issue for you, I'll leave a link below to the article I wrote on transverse abdominis so that you can fully understand how to engage this muscle. Another way to help out low back pain is supported bridge. Supported bridge is a yoga pose. It's restorative, and so it feels lovely, and pretty much anyone can do it, and you just need a yoga block. I will say that low back pain, there's a lot of, it's kind of complicated because there are a lot of muscles that push and pull on the pelvis and on the spine and can affect everything. So try transverse abdominis and supported bridge. I'll leave a link below for the article where supported bridge is. Try those two out. If those don't work, let's schedule a session so that we can figure out what's going on specifically for you. So the third example that I want to talk about is neck and shoulder pain. It's kind of a big category, but there are two overriding reasons for this, so I'll discuss those two. So the first is, think about yourself. Are you the type of person that gets really stressed out and worries about everything and is a really shallow breather and their shoulders are in their ears? If this is you, gotta find a way to calm down. A really good way to calm down is just to work on the breath. If you're up here and you're breathing with only accessory muscles and you're a really shallow breather, it's gonna bring in cortisol and like the stress hormone throughout your system, and it's just, your body's gonna be in fight or flight all the time. But if you breathe with your diaphragm and you do some belly breathing, then you'll ground yourself and you'll calm your system down. I will leave a link below this for some belly breathing. The next thing that you want to look at if you have neck and shoulder pain is sleep. How are you sleeping? Do you fall asleep on your back, on your side, or on your belly? I also wrote a newsletter about this, so I'll put that in the link, I'll link it below this. But quickly, if you're sleeping on your belly, it's the worst way to sleep. You increase the curve in your lumbar, your low back, and you also take out the curve in your cervical, your neck. And you wrench your neck to either one side or the other. Having your neck like this or like that, and then put your body weight on top of it, and then stay there for 5 to 8 to 10 hours if you're lucky, that's a lot on your body. So yes, this is, the front of us is more yin, more sensitive, so if you're going through a hard time and this is the only way you can fall asleep, you gotta do what you gotta do. But just know that at some point you wanna change things up and support your body in a better way. When you sleep on your back, everything can line up, and you just need a little towel rolled up, not a little towel, a regular towel rolled up underneath your neck. I will say though, so I had to train myself to sleep on my back because I was a side sleeper. And it took about 2 weeks. When you do that, you want to make sure that the day after you work on it, you can sleep in if you need to, just because it's probably going to take you a little bit longer to fall asleep. So just be kind to yourself and give yourself a time frame that's realistic for you to work on it, and just try to be good about it. So sometimes I do sleep on my side because my husband likes to spoon, so I'll share how I make everything. So if I'm going to sleep on my side, here's something you want to think about. So if the bed is here, you can see that there's more space between the bed and my neck than there is between the bed and my head. So you want to reflect that in whatever cushioning you use. So if I sleep on my side, I'm going to roll the pillow up so that there's more support underneath my neck than there is underneath my head. You also want to have a pillow between your chest and your knees. Excuse me. I don't have a body pillow. I just use a longer than normal size pillow, and putting it between the knees gives the hips some room so they're not affected, and in between the chest, you just want to make sure that you're not curving over like this. If you're at your desk all day and you're curving over like this, and then you go to sleep and you're curving over like this, you're shortening everything in the front and you're lengthening everything in the back. So in order to not have that pattern in your body, you want to not put your body in that position. So having, sorry, that's my pup. So having support where you can just relax and fall asleep is much better for you. So I hope that these 3 examples gave you some food for thought, and you can think about the things that you do and how they're creating or affecting your pain. Please, I would love it if you would leave me some feedback so I know if the video blogging is good, or if the content is good, or anything else that you would like to hear my take on. I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.